Hey, this is Dan of the Midwest Propagandist YouTube channel and also Twitter. I'll get that try to get that in the description of the video. We'll see if I get around to that. Anyway, so this video is about just my experience with ValleyCon 2022. And now I don't have a lot to promote. I'm just an artist who's just done 2 mini comics. So I think most people probably wouldn't have been going to a ValleyCon at that state when you don't have much material because yeah, there's no way you're gonna be able to make a profit off it or anything, especially when they go for $1 each. But I guess I'm sort of a social person, and so for me, it was more about getting out in the public and showing people my work, getting a reaction, kind of getting a social charge, so I have the motivation to keep on working. So, and it was a fun time, although it wasn't particularly profitable, but I learned a lot. And so actually, the ValleyCon 47 that I was a part of, let's see here. They had some guests. I thought they were no-name guests, but to tell you the truth, there was a lot of people there this weekend. So there was Lena Huffman, an actress. Bill Moseley, he's an actor, bunch of horror films. He had a huge crowd. And then Joe Bob Briggs and Darcy the Mail Girl, who also seemed to get a lot of people too. And I just thought it was a bunch of no names. So apparently I was wrong. So that was good, but shows you how much I know, how plugged in I am at the moment. But anyway, actually they were doing it at the Holiday Inn this year, and that was really nice. I really like the facility and stuff. And as far as like facilities, they had like food every day for people. They had, well, you had to pay for that, but uh, a square meal if you're an exhibitor, and you can run around and get that quick, and that makes it that was nice. And then also they had a nice game room and stuff, and a little bit short. They didn't have a lot of what do you call it, the like educational things or whatever, but I went to one talking about different horror movies that uh, Bill Moseley had been in, and that was pretty good. Um, then and then it seemed like fairly organized. I was able to get my stuff in pretty quickly without any problems the day of the convention, and showed up at the right time and was able to get everything squared away pretty quick. Um, and then, so as far as my personal experience there, I had really great people all around me, fellow exhibitors. I was in Artist Alley, so I was right next to a guy who was a book author, and another guy on my right was comic books and stuff. And basically, I learned a lot from them. And then also, I've had kind of never really had to sit for like 8 hours straight, like trying to sell stuff. And I never realized how exhausting it is. Maybe I'm just old. I've become a wimp in my old age, but I just having to sit there and not do anything. And the next day I brought, so that the first day was really rough. The second day I brought my notebook along, so he was able to work on that, and that really helped the time pass well. But it was kind of an eye-opening experience. pretty used to my cushy job, I guess. So anyway, the guy on my left, uh, he had a really cool setup. He had his name is Oscar, I think, K. Salen, and he was basically, let's see here, kind of like he has a couple books. I'm not sure what century, but kind of when the pirates were around, and just like a pirate story more or less, or historical fiction, and he had like ships on his table. He had a big pirate map. He had gems that were eye level with the children, which he sold, and he just had a great setup, and he got a lot of people interacting with him, and it's very eye-opening, like that if you put some time into your presentation, that you can there's some benefits to that. So yeah, it was very cool. I learned a lot from that guy. So, and then another person I was sitting next to, he's the one who's kind of the main force behind, I guess, these Bridgeport Chronicles. I also have the book here, something about vampire bloodlines. Pretty nifty looking book. And anyway, he was selling decent too. Not as well, because like he didn't have as much bling and stuff to attract attention to him. So I think we both could have learned from Oscar a bit about, yeah, presentation, that's for sure. But he was nice, his family was nice. And then my other person that was next to me was I guess they're called the Bisman Writers Guild. They're a writers guild out of Bismarck. And there were my previous experience with kind of like, I've gone to a couple of my mom's like writing groups, and there's definitely a lot of nice people there, but there's also some that were a little bit snooty a little bit. So like I've never been very attracted to ever attending a writer's kind of seminar or whatnot. But these guys were really cool. They really friendly, and they had some actually they had some mini comics that they were selling too. They're very cool, but I was a little disappointed because the only art is in the front. So then they have the art, and then they just jump into their short story. Because my understanding is they kind of just paired up random artists and writers, and everyone just wrote a short story, and now they're selling it. And it was a very cool idea. So I'm glad those guys were doing that kind of stuff. So and yeah, very very friendly. Yeah, my only regret is I should have talked with them earlier. I kind of was put off for a bit, so just because of the Writers Guild thing. So anyway, let's see here what else is on my thing. So okay, yeah, and so for me it was like I didn't obviously make any money, or much money. I think it was like somewhere about $50 because I ordered early, like $50 for uh the my 6 foot table or whatever. And but like if I had just gone on my own, it would be $30 like for the weekend. And then so in a way it really wasn't that expensive. And I sold, I have no idea, I think maybe 10 comics. I'm not sure. I hope I did. I honestly don't remember. I think I put that out of my memory. It's been about a month ago now. So yeah. So oh yeah, and I felt like I got a good location and everything, and so let's see here. What else do I have? Oh yeah, I got one more thing to look up. Maybe I'll go back here and look it up here. Because there's an upcoming event here that the ValleyCon folks are putting on. Let's see here. Is it? Oh yeah. So this is toys, collectibles, crafts, and curiosities. They're having December 3rd. Unfortunately, I'm working that weekend. They're having it at the Moritz Center Mall. I did it last year for $15. This year, I think it might be $20 for a table. but it's very good spot to like kind of get your feet wet and like if you're kind of like a beginning creator like me to kind of get the wheel, get all the kinks out of the system. So, and for like $20 you can't really, not a crazy amount of people, but I don't know, like I felt like I learned a little bit, and then I learned more this last one. So anyway, so I think that's my video. We'll see if I can figure out how to stop this. There we go. So thanks for watching.